Okay, when it comes to identity, I am a British Asian. As simple as that, really. I'm British, but Asian background, Asian heritage, which is important and which is quite obvious as well. So I think it's something that cannot and shouldn't be denied, and I'm very happy with the title British Asian.
I think I am. I probably would see myself as British Asian, and it does quite annoy me when people say, "Well, I want to now be known as British Asian Hindu or British Asian Muslim," and try and define it even further.
People really want to know what your roots are, what your heritage is, and people like to classify others and put them in little boxes, whereas when you're British Asian, I think it's pretty impossible to put people in boxes, because we are like this genre that's constantly evolving and changing, and we are from so many different parts of the world, and yet we all live in this country, and I think that's one of the most difficult aspects for me.
I think other things that are things that make Asian identities definitely is the food. I mean, let's be straight. Everyone loves Asian food. We all love it. And I think it's nice, like when you, for example, if you're in the office environment and you're sitting there and people say, "Oh, I had a great curry the other day," you get a little bit of satisfaction saying, "Yeah, you had a great curry. It's my food, man. It's my food." It's nice. It's a nice feeling. It's a great feeling.
Rocking. Cool. Great.
For a British Asian guy living in Birmingham, I could wear my Liverpool shirt and go to the Gurdwara, and nobody will bat an eyelid, because they know that's what I'm about.
I think being tagged British Asian and being of my age can be a double-edged sword. I think in the music industry especially, the words British Asian have actually caused more damage to a degree, because there's a lot of Asian acts that don't have a major record label deal, presumably because they're lumped into this bracket that is designed to only sell to less than 5% of the population, which I guess is what British Asians are.
The best thing about being young British Asian today is feeling you're literally in the centre of the passage of history. When I first was growing up in this country, you felt like an outsider. World politics happened outside. Everything happened outside. To be young and British Asian in Britain today is to feel, for some of the bad reasons in terms of politics, and also some of the good reasons in terms of art and culture, it's just to feel you're right in the centre of the very known universe.
I would be afraid when my grandparents came from India, because my grandmother would be in the town centre, Basingstoke town centre, in her sari. My grandfather in his safari suit. And I used to get called Paki at school. I remember going home one day and saying to my father, "Daddy, they're calling me Paki at school, and bloody Paki at school." And he said, "Well, you're not a bloody Paki, you're a bloody Indian."
And I do remember when I first came here, I think I was 10 years old. It was end of the 80s, early 90s. And looking back on it, I did have a hard time. I wouldn't say there was, certain things, I would never have believed that, in certain scenarios where people were actually prejudiced because of where we're from or where I've come from or my ethnic background. But looking back on it, it's just a misunderstanding. In many cases, it's a misunderstanding or just miseducation.
This is a new culture that has kind of, come about over the past couple of decades, I guess, and I'm a part of that.
I learned a lot from that whole kind of idea of sticking up for yourself, and being someone and being proud of who you are. Say it loud, "I'm black and I'm proud." And I wasn't black, but I understood what that meant, and I identified with what that meant. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm Sri Lankan. Yeah, I got brown skin. Yeah, I got big lips. Yeah, they call me rubber lips. Yeah, he called me Paki. But you know what? I got a right to feel proud about who I am. Now you can tell us your story at bbc.co.uk/Asian Network. Do it.